Star Trek settles the debate once and for all. Yes, the Kobayashi Maru is necessary. Star Trek has settled the debate. The Kobayashi Maru test is absolutely critical for cadets. While at Starfleet Academy, cadets are put through their paces, physically and mentally. One of the most nerve-wracking tests cadets take at the Academy is the Kobayashi Maru. Psychologically grueling, the Kobayashi Maru is nonetheless an important component of an Academy education, and this is seemingly confirmed in Star Trek Lower Decks #4. Star Trek Lower Decks #4 is written by Ryan North and drawn by Jack Lawrence. Non-corporeal aliens, angered by the Cerritos accidentally destroying some of their reality, take possession of Tendi and Rutherford. The aliens' universe is expanding into ours and will destroy it. However, any action the crew takes will destroy the aliens' realm. It is a no-win scenario for everyone involved, and in the end, the two aliens die along with their universe. Mariner and company are clearly shaken by this, but they take solace in their friendship. While the Kobayashi Maru is not mentioned in Star Trek Lower Decks #4, the invocation of a no-win scenario brings it to mind for many fans. Introduced in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, the Kobayashi Maru is a simulation all cadets go through. As seen in Wrath of Khan, the test involves the cadet attempting a rescue in Klingon space, right as three birds of prey attack. The Kobayashi Maru cannot be beaten under normal circumstances, nor was it designed to be. Instead, it tests a cadet's resolve and command skills. In the annals of Starfleet history, there is only one person to beat the Kobayashi Maru, Captain Kirk, and Star Trek Lower Decks #4 alludes to this as well. In Star Trek lore, Kirk reprogrammed the test behind the scenes, altering it so he could complete the rescue and elude the Klingons. In essence, he cheated, a fact Saavik pointed out in Wrath of Khan. Kirk bragged to Saavik that he did not believe in a no-win scenario, but faced one in Wrath of Khan. Kirk abandons that belief, and Mariner references that in this issue. On the surface, the Kobayashi Maru test may seem harsh. Cadets at the Academy dread it, and it inspired Kirk to do something tantamount to cheating, which would seem to fly in the face of his character. The test situation is every Starfleet captain's worst nightmare, facing having to save innocent lives versus saving yourself. The Kobayashi Maru is a test of character, and it can reveal aspects of a cadet's personality that may be uncomfortable. Saavik was psychologically wrecked by the test in Wrath of Khan. 2009 Star Trek reinforced how cadets dread the Kobayashi Maru, yet the Kobayashi Maru is absolutely critical to Starfleet. Even though the Kobayashi Maru is an ordeal that is dreaded, its purpose is sound. In the unforgiving cold of space, Starfleet personnel will face no-win scenarios. They are a fact of life. In the Wrath of Khan, Kirk faced one, and his beliefs and attitudes were profoundly changed as a result. Taking the test prepares a cadet for the realities of space exploration and diplomacy. Countless situations encountered by Star Trek's various crews also reinforce the importance of the Kobayashi Maru. For decades, Star Trek fans have argued over the purpose, fairness, and even the morality of the infamous Kobayashi Maru scenario. Is it a cruel and pointless no-win situation designed to break cadets' spirits? Or is it an essential test of character that separates the merely talented from the truly great? After years of philosophical back and forth, Star Trek itself has quietly but definitively settled the matter. Yes, the Kobayashi Maru is necessary. First introduced in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, the Kobayashi Maru is a simulated training exercise for Starfleet Academy cadets. The scenario presents a distress call from a stranded civilian vessel inside the neutral zone, a no-go area patrolled by hostile Klingon forces. If the cadet chooses to rescue the ship, they inevitably trigger a deadly ambush. If they don't, they leave innocent people to die. Either way, failure is guaranteed. The point, as Admiral Kirk famously explains, is to test how cadets face death. Yet that answer has never fully satisfied Star Trek fans. From the moment we learned that a young James T. Kirk cheated by reprogramming the simulation to make victory possible, debates erupted. Was Kirk right to game the system, or did he miss the lesson entirely? Couldn't Starfleet devise a more constructive, less demoralizing test? Star Trek's writers across decades and series have returned to the Kobayashi Maru again and again, not to undermine its validity, but to its enduring importance. In Star Trek 2009, we see Chris Pine's Kirk pull the same stunt as his Prime Universe counterpart, but the difference is telling. This time, his brazen disregard for the scenario's purpose lands him in disciplinary trouble. The message is clear: cleverness alone isn't enough. Understanding the inevitability of loss and one's reaction to it is vital for command. Even more compelling is how later shows have expanded the Kobayashi Maru from a mere academic exercise into a broader metaphor for leadership itself. Star Trek Discovery's fourth season, for instance, opens with Captain Burnham facing a modernized version of the no-win dilemma, not in a simulator, but in real life. A diplomatic mission spirals out of control. Whatever choice Burnham makes will cost lives. Her struggle is not about escaping the scenario, but about how to maintain integrity and clarity under impossible conditions. This is where Star Trek quietly settles the debate. The Kobayashi Maru isn't just a puzzle to solve or a trap to endure, it's a mirror. It reflects the essential truth of command. Sometimes there are no good options. Sometimes all that matters is how you carry yourself in the face of failure. The scenario forces cadets and captains alike to confront their limits. That confrontation is not cruelty, it's preparation. Consider the countless examples across the franchise where leaders are forced into no-win situations. Captain Picard in The Next Generation must choose between saving a handful of colonists or risking war with the Cardassians. Captain Sisko in Deep Space Nine famously makes morally ambiguous choices during the Dominion War that haunt him long after victory. Even Janeway in Voyager must repeatedly weigh the lives of her crew against her principles as they struggle to return home. These dilemmas aren't rare exceptions, they are the norm in the Star Trek universe. A leader who has never wrestled with impossible odds is a leader unprepared for reality. In this light, Kirk's infamous cheat takes on new dimensions. His choice to reprogram the test wasn't just clever, it was a refusal to accept defeat as inevitable. Yet later in life, as seen in Wrath of Khan, Kirk is finally confronted with a true no-win scenario in the form of Khan's revenge and the death of Spock. His earlier circumvention left him ill-equipped to process genuine loss. The Kobayashi Maru, it turns out, was never about winning, it was about cultivating resilience in the face of defeat. Perhaps that's why Starfleet has never abandoned the exercise, despite decades of technological and philosophical progress. Star Trek has shown us that warp cores change, enemies evolve, and frontiers shift, but human nature and the burden of leadership remain constant. The Kobayashi Maru isn't about tactics or cleverness, it's about character. And character is timeless. The most recent entries in the franchise, like Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, continue to echo this theme. In an era of optimism and exploration, Captain Pike's foreknowledge of his tragic fate becomes its own Kobayashi Maru. He knows he cannot change his destiny, yet he leads with compassion and courage anyway. His acceptance and grace embody the very lesson the test is designed to impart. That leadership is not about guaranteeing victory, but about standing tall even when defeat looms large. So yes, the Kobayashi Maru is necessary. Not because it punishes cadets, but because it prepares them. Not because it exposes weaknesses, but because it reveals strengths. It forces future leaders to confront the hardest truth of all.